Well, a Christchurch developer, another one, is shooting down plans in front of the Christchurch City Council that could see more green space in the CBD. Up to 15 property owners are being offered rate rebates in exchange for letting a transitional projects go ahead on their land. But a developer says it's simply not viable. Marcus Gibbs explains.
It's a common sight in Christchurch, empty spaces where earthquake-damaged buildings once stood, scattered throughout the central city. Greening the Rubble, Gap Filler and a group called Life in Vacant Spaces have transformed many of these sites over the last 4 years, providing a depth of colour for the locals and tourists to enjoy.
We've worked with art installations, with events like Festival of Transitional Architecture, with startup businesses like food carts or galleries or retail shops in prefabs.
Lately, no one has been willing to let Greening the Rubble build a temporary garden on their site. Instead, developers are choosing car parks over colour, or choosing instead to completely rebuild. That's where the Christchurch City Council comes in, and Strategy and Finance Committee will tomorrow consider a proposal from the Life in Vacant Spaces Trust to offer an incentive for developers willing to allow their land to be used as a hub for a transitional project.
We're very, very excited about it.
A rates for emission is one possible option. However, staff are recommending the council adopts a different option, which would make a cash grant available for property owners to offset rates. $75,000 is up for grabs. That's 15 $5,000 grants, one per project or site.
The rates rebates will open up a whole lot of other possibilities.
However, a major property developer in Christchurch is not certain the $75,000 incentive scheme will fly with other property owners.
$5,000 in the context of things when you take into account the rates that the owner will have to pay and potentially the loss of income that he might have to forego by not using the site in other areas such as car parking or leasing the site to construction companies and so forth. It's a relatively small sum of money, so I'm not sure how effective it will be.
Ernest says on a large site in the central city, rates can be as high as $15,000 to $20,000 a year for a piece of vacant land. Ernest DeVille says it's simple, car parks just pay more.
Property owners are really motivated to try and get an income stream, and the easiest, most flexible way for them to do that is to lease it out for short, long-term car parking, because then at any stage they can step in and develop the site.
A developer earns 50% of the revenue if a car park company uses their site. Even Bree can agree, it's tough to win over the developers.
Yeah, a lot of them end up putting in a car park just to cover their base costs while they're working through their future plans.
Bree's hoping small, community-minded landowners will find the rates rebate a great idea.
The fact is, those kind of small-scale activities, they contribute a lot to the city's economy in the long term, but they may not contribute any income to the landowner, at least in those initial stages. So the rates rebates will definitely be a big help with that.
Might favour some guy who has got a small site and has no intentions to do anything with it in the medium or long term.
One solution could be for organisations to work to beautify the car parks, creating small long-term projects.
The council gets the beautification that it wants and the property owner gets his income stream.
If the Strategy and Finance Committee signs off the proposal, the next step is for the full council to vote. The grant would be available from May until June next year. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.